Hey, hi you guys, and welcome back to the channel again, Through Evangelist Eyes. And I just want to start by saying I really appreciate your patience. Again, just this morning, I found out that I had accidentally pressed a privacy button on my videos. So the last three videos that I had recorded did not show up. They had a lock icon on them, and so I was calling friends and family to try to figure out what do you do when this lock icon shows up. So I did open those up, but the ones since last Friday had not shown up. So I appreciate your patience, and thank you. If you see something or you've got a question, please hit the comments. Please hit the subscribe button. I really do appreciate this, and I hope these videos are going to help you and others get familiar with evangelism and what it is to do the work of an evangelist. Okay, and we're starting in Exodus, and one of the words that I think we've got to lock in on is the word multiply. And I'm going to get right there in a second, but I would like to ask you this question. How many of us believers are out there? There's a lot. There's a lot. And just this weekend, my wife and I were sitting at our table outside here, and we were having coffee. And my wife asked me if I had noticed how many bees were in our cherry tree. And when we went over and looked up, oh my gosh, the tree, it's a big tree, and it was filled with bees, and you could hear those bees. You could hear them the humming of their wings. One bee in that tree, you wouldn't notice. 2 bees, 3 bees, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 1,000,000, you notice, okay? And that's what I believe is one of the lessons in Exodus. Let's go there right now. Here's what some of the verses say about multiplication. In the first chapter, in chapter 1, right around verse 6, it says, "And Joseph died, and all his brothers, and all that generation. But the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly, multiplied and grew exceedingly mighty." That's the secret, if I can put it that way, to evangelism. We ought to be like those bees in the tree, the people of God, not one man, not 10 people, not 100 believers, but a multitude of believers proclaiming the glories of God, the wonders of God, and what He did in your life and what He has shown us in His Word. Look at this again in verse 12 in chapter 1. It says, "But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew." This present day has got a lot of reason for being discouraged, for being for wondering what's going on in our nation, in our world. But that shouldn't stop us. That should not stop us from proclaiming the wonders of God and watching what God can do. Again, check out again how it is repeated. in verse 21, around verse 20 or 21, it says, therefore God dwelt well with the midwives. Remember, the midwives are told to kill the babies. And the people multiplied and grew very mighty. The world's trying to kill our story. Don't let that happen. We have a great message to tell. The gospel, the wonderful gospel. And it will change those around us the same way it changed you. So let's remind ourselves that it is a multitude, and let's be like those bees, and rather than stinging each other, let's multiply and let's make an amazing sound for the Lord. Okay, God bless you, and here we go.